Hi, good morning. This is Brad. Haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't posted a video in quite a while. I wanted to talk today about the plans I have for 2024. The first thing is at the end of this month, the end of April, Amanda and I are going to be getting on the Camino de Santiago in Spain. If you've never heard of the Camino, it's a pilgrimage walk that goes, there's actually multiple routes over in Spain. I had originally thought there may have just been one, but there are 6 or 7. We are taking the Camino Frances, it's called. It starts in France in the French Pyrenees and heads to the west, and it ends at the Santiago de Compostela. Amanda and I have been preparing for this for the last several months actually, and been thinking about it for many years. The total journey is going to be 500 miles. Part of the reason that I'm doing this is as a pilgrimage myself. I lost my mom in July of last year and we were super close. And so this is an opportunity for me to reflect on the many wonderful years that we had together. Amanda and I are super fortunate to have done a lot of traveling internationally, but this Camino hike is like something we've never done before together. And so one of the other things that's important to me about this walk is really the opportunity to deepen our connection and really spend time together in a very unique way. So I'm really looking forward to that too. The other thing that I'm also planning is with Carolyn, the hiking partner that you've seen in several videos. She is in the final stretches of finishing her entire PCT journey, which she started several years ago. And so we're going to be hiking from Mount Rainier up through to the Canadian border. 330 miles. It's 100,000 feet elevation gain, which will be quite a challenge. We're going to do that later in July and into August.
I'm doing the Camino in order to improve my physical fitness and to try to become the athlete, the writer, and the friend that I've always wanted to be. And this blog that you'll see this video on will be part of that. I'm setting out a goal to write a few words or sentences every day in a creative way, and then the rest of the time is going to be enjoying the scenery, enjoying the camaraderie of the other Camino pilgrims, and spending time with Brad.
So I thought it'd be helpful to talk a little bit about the training that we've been doing to prepare for going on the Camino. One of the things certainly is the physical aspects of getting ready for this, because we're planning to go about 12 to 15 miles a day, and over time are expecting that we can get up to 20 or so as we kind of progress along the trail. Today we're in the Wilson River for a second time this week. Gonna do 10 to 12 miles today. We don't have the dogs with us, so that helps some because they like to stop to sniff a lot. But anyway, and there's about 1,500 feet in elevation gain for this particular hike. So, yeah, here's a little friendly garter snake. Just getting a suntan, and dogs stepped right over it. They didn't even see it. We're gonna do the same thing. In terms of gear, the rough guidance is to do about 10% of your body weight in order to be comfortable on the Camino and not feel like you're super weighed down. Amanda and I have been trying to optimize our packs to get to, let's say, around 16 to 20 pounds. Amanda's actually had a couple of back surgeries in her life, one of them in the last 5 years. So if the pack gets a little heavy, I'm actually carrying using my Pacific Crest Trail pack, which is very light and so we may put a little bit of her stuff in mine if needed. Help us all be comfortable on the trail. In terms of the gear that's actually in there, obviously, compared to being out in the deep wilderness on the PCT, I don't think we'll be encountering many bears or mountain lions or anything in northern Spain. So no bear can, no bear spray, and some of the other heavy items that end up being part of the PCT gear list. But we are going to have liners for what we sleep in, kind of these almost burrito-like shells that we'll be in, partly so we don't have to carry sleeping bags for weight and space, but also to help keep you warm a little bit. Some of the albergues don't have bedding, and so we want to be prepared, and we can put on some heavier clothes that we'll have with us if needed. And also, some people have trouble with bed bugs, just given that there are tens of thousands of people that travel the many routes of the Camino. And so, oddly though, even though you read about it, everybody we've talked to so far that have done Camino front says haven't really experienced any issues with it. So, nor has Carolyn that I hike with on the PCT that's done the Camino. So we are optimistic that's not really going to be an issue either. 5 semanas estudiamos español. We are trying to learn as much Spanish as we can before we get there, so we can engage with shopkeepers and other people while we're there. Amanda's been learning Castilian Spanish, which is spoken in Spain, and I somehow went down the track of more South American, Mexican, Central America Spanish. But hopefully they will understand us both. That's the goal anyway. So that's also been part of our preparations for going over to Spain. Another thing that we did in preparation for the Camino is we wanted to talk to people who have been on it, and my PCT hiking partner Carolyn actually has done it and mentioned, hey, you should join the American Pilgrims on the Camino. So people who do the Camino are known as pilgrims, given it originally hundreds of years ago started from the origins of it really had to do with Christian pilgrimages across parts of Spain. And so the American Pilgrims on the Camino is a group that was founded in support of Americans who do the various routes on the Camino. And the great thing about it is they actually have local chapters. And so we joined the Portlandia chapter here in Portland. And it's a great organization to end up meeting people. They do monthly walks throughout the year that are 2 or 3 miles, but then I end at a pub, and so it's kind of a social experience, and about 50 people turn up for each of the walks. And so we met some wonderful people that have done various routes in the Camino and learned a lot of information, everything from phone usage over in Europe to credit card, foreign transaction fees, and packing, and a whole bunch of stuff. So we've gone on a couple of walks with them, and that's just been a super helpful way to get plugged in. And there's some great Facebook groups that are going, of course, that talk a lot about very detailed things or kind of big picture things around the Camino. So we've been doing a lot to try to get ready, and I believe that we're almost there, given that it's today is April 4th, and so we're going to be on trail here in about 3 weeks.